Got a nice Sunday morning surprise. So Foolish had a calf this morning, and it's a heifer calf, so little girl. It's her first trip to the barn. Looks like she might actually walk all the way up there, I hope. Well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today it's going to rain. Plan on getting out the mower this morning, and I'm gonna go mow. And no, I'm not mowing hay. I'm actually clipping the paddocks, the pasture where the cows have already been. So these paddocks here, the cows have grazed several times now, and what they leave behind is kind of the tall stemmy stuff. There's some weeds in here. So the goal is we take down the divider lines so we can go in and mow a large section at a time. So we're going to do probably at least 4 or 5 paddocks here, and which is equal to roughly 4 or 5 acres, give or take. Okay, so what we do with the wire here is we roll up the divider lines on these. It's just an extension cord reel that you would normally roll up an extension cord on. They work really well for doing the fence wire. Normally I can get 2 paddocks worth on each line, so I roll it up, then roll back on the second, and then when it comes time to put them back up, I know that this has 2 lines, I know where it starts, I roll it out, has just the right amount of wire on it. We're supposed to get severe thunderstorms this afternoon, so it's a perfect time to actually come in and mow this. So by mowing it, what we do is we get rid of the weeds, but we also spread the manure. So the mower, as it cuts along, hits the cow pies, kind of sends them flying, spreads the manure, cuts all the grass down. Out mowing in the rain. So what I'll do is, this is the same mower that I use to mow hay, but what I do is I take it and pressure wash it after I get done doing this. It needed a good cleaning already, but now it really does. So, well, the next project I think is I need to move the heifers. They're all standing here looking at me, so I think they want more grass. So we're gonna take down the line and move them over a little bit more and give them a little bit more to graze on. Wow, we are back at it this morning. We're headed out to go get the cows. We have a lot to do today. A really, really long list of things. Don't know if I'll get to them all. So here's a look at what we did yesterday. It was late afternoon and we actually got rained out. It started pouring rain as I was cutting the grass. So the first thing I have to do this morning is milking and chores. Haley is here to help with both. It's Lauren's day off today, but gotta get the cows in, get them milked, get all the chores done, the normal chores. And then the first project for the day is I need to move the fence for the heifers. We're strip grazing them on the piece that they're at, so we're just gonna keep moving the line as they graze. So need to get that done. They really haven't run out of grass, but they think they have. So one of the other projects I hope to get to today is I'd like to go in. I have the mower on, it's still dirty. I need to wash the mower today. But before I do it, I'd like to go in and clip all the weeds out of here. There's some massive thistle plants back up in there that need to be mowed down. We'll cut that down, then we'll pressure wash the mower. Have a couple other things I want to pressure wash too while Haley's here to help. So we certainly have no lack of things to do today. This is an area I normally don't show too often. or ever, I guess. This might be the first time ever. But anyway, this is our diesel generator, and just got done changing the air filter, the fuel filter, and the oil filter. I just got the generator fully serviced. Some days I wonder where my days go to. That was not on the list of things to do. So I went to start the generator this morning. Remembered yesterday it was running a little rough. I thought, well, rather than, I would have changed the oil yesterday, but it was hot from running. So I thought, I'll wait till it cools off and do it in the morning. So now, anyway, long story short, it's done. Okay, well, I'm finally getting around to bringing cows in for milking. Had to haul feed over for Haley to feed the pigs. Pigs needed more bedding, so I brought a bale over for that. And the cows are angry that they're not in being milked, so gonna get this going really quick here. Come on! Come on! Come on! Well, they were in a rush to come in. Good girl, come on. Yes, that is not your baby. Let's go. Come on, Rose, get to your spot. Good girl. Rose, come here, bud. Leave her be. All right, well, there they are. Cows are all out. I put them on that piece that I actually mowed yesterday. There's some grass there for them to clean up. Some of the stuff after you mow it, if they won't eat it before you mow it, a lot of times you mow it and then they all of a sudden decide it tastes better. We'll leave them there for a few hours, and if they don't look like they're happy about it, we'll put them out on a different paddock, but they've got quite a bit of area there, so got to get off to the heifers and move fence for them now. First raspberries of the year, but there's going to be a ton of them ready here in the next couple days. My daily snack when I take the cows out, stop and get berries. All right, so I just greened the heifers. It's like distraction while I distract them while I put more fence out. So got to do this quick before they run out of grain there, and they'll realize what I'm up to. Well, we're just hitting the road now. I got the had Haley pressure wash the mower, and then I had to go through and replace a few blades on it. Apparently there's quite a few rocks in that pasture that's up by the barn. So the field we're headed off to mow now is this will be our first year cutting it. I did cut it one time. I took a second cut off it. It had to have been at least 10 years ago. So it's going to be interesting because I don't know what's in there. So rocks, or I know there's one wet area that I remember, like a little brook culvert thing that runs through. Going to have to go a little slow just to make sure that we don't hit anything. But we got to hit the road. Get down here to the field, and it's 25 acres. But it's bigger than I remember it being. So this ground had been rented by an Amish farmer for quite a few years. The Amish guy moved away, so it became available. So this is the first year we'll actually be cutting hay here. Anyhow, we're gonna get to it and try and figure out the best approach here on cutting it. So it's kind of a really odd shaped field. Well, I just got out of the tractor. I've been mowing now for a couple hours. I've probably mowed, guessing, 7 or 8 acres maybe. Things were a little rough. I was unsure of if I was gonna find anything in here, and I did actually. So like I said earlier, this field here had actually been managed by an Amish farmer, and he had quite a bit of vegetables and oh, you name it. There was soybeans and some corn planted here. He was organic also. He did reseed this several years ago to after he got done using it, and it is still rough. Probably was fine for his horses, but for a tractor it's a little rough. So the clover is incredibly thick here, and in spots, not everywhere though. So the clover all in this area here is so thick, and then up the hill a little way, the mud is so thick. It's awfully muddy and wet, and way up in that corner. The hay in here is beautiful. This is going to make a ton of feed, and good feed at that, so which is nice. But there is still so much more to go. So all up on that hill needs to be cut. And then I do vaguely remember when I mowed this last time that way back up on the top of that hill, the hay was pretty poor up there. So I don't expect it's going to be any better now. And then we've got all this to go still. It is now, I think it's about 5 o'clock maybe. It's time to get going. Yeah, just about 5. So got to head back to the farm and go feed calves. Okay, well, we were back at it this morning. I thought I was getting an early start, but apparently that didn't work out so well. So anyway, it's about 10 o'clock now. I'd planned on being down here about an hour ago, but you know, that's how things go. I'm gonna start raking now. This should take a couple hours, and then hopefully get everything baled up. So much for my early start and getting done early. I was out in the field and the tractor started running terrible. So anyway, what I've come down to is I've went up, had to drive an hour north of here to go to the tractor dealer and go get 2 new fuel filters, because it's the only spot that has them. And then I had to order a new air filter too, which hopefully will be in downtown later on today. That's what I found in the old one. I've never seen anything like this before, but I wonder if you can even see it. Oops, just dropped here. Anyway, right there, as I took the filter off, there's a bug stuck in there. Never seen anything like that before. Anyway, let's see what kind of bug it is. Not sure what kind of bug that was. Some sort of beetle. Anyway, it's a diesel beetle now. Okay, there we go. Got both filters replaced. Wrote the date and the number of hours on the tractor on there. There's a bleeder screw right at the top of this, and when you turn the ignition on, there's an electric fuel pump and it pumps through. and you can just crack it a bit. You don't have to take it all the way out, but you just crack it a bit and it lets the air out. So the service manager, I asked him if he had any tricks for bleeding the air out of the system. Sometimes they can be great. The John Deere is super easy and it works. It's quick. Others I've had a Massey Ferguson one time, and that thing was absolutely miserable to get the air out of the system. So I asked the service manager up at the dealership, figured he'd have any tips or tricks to get it done, and he said they can be miserable. So I didn't bother, when I first tried it, I didn't bother filming it because I thought, well, this is gonna take, a dozen times to try and start it, maybe use starting fluid, had to bleed the lines. Nope, fired right up in the first shot, so happy for that. But anyway, got to get this put back together. Got a new air filter to put in, but it's not here yet. And we're going to get back out to the field and finish up now that it's, I don't know, probably going on almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, so I'm back here at it. Apparently the fuel filters were not the problem. The air filter was not the problem. I still drive down the road and I get to about the end of the driveway and it starts blinking a light, like an engine light, kind of, but not really. And it quits quickly. My thought is that it still seems like it's not getting fuel. This seems to be the problem. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pull the fuel line off that feeds back from the filters back to the tank, and I'm going to blow it out with some air, and hoping that something's stuck in there. If that doesn't do it, it has an electric fuel pump here, which could be a problem. I can hear it come on and it seems to be pumping, or it could be an injector pump or who knows what. So trouble is, this thing has more computer stuff on it than yeah, it's aggravating. But anyway, we're gonna try blowing this out and see if this works. So I blew air back through the line back to the fuel tank. Definitely no clogs there, or if there was, it's gone now. Went through and tightened all the hose clamps. I took the outlet off of the fuel pump just to make sure that it was making noise, but that's not saying it actually pumped anything. But it pumped plenty of fuel. It's all over me, all over the tractor, so got good fuel pressure. Well, I don't know what to do now, so I'm going to disconnect the battery. Hopefully if there was a error code or something in the computer, it might clear it. I don't know, but pretty much at a standstill, so I think we're gonna have to wait for the actual mechanic to come out and take a look at it. We'll take it for one more spin and see what happens, but I don't have much hope for it. All right, well, we're back out here this morning, and as you can see, the TYM is still taken apart, so still haven't figured out what the problem there is yet. So I have a call in to the dealership. They're gonna send a mechanic out next week. So I have to wait. I think it's Tuesday. Today is Thursday. So it's gonna be a while. So it still kind of runs, just not very long. So gonna park this out of the way, and we're gonna go back to the John Deere this morning, use Old Faithful. Gonna hook it up to the rake, which I left out in the hayfield because I didn't want to drive it home with a tractor that didn't work. Didn't want to be broke down on the side of the road with a tractor and a rake. So we have a neighbor coming that does custom baling and work. So she's actually headed over to the field now. Hopefully, they have quite a bit of a drive, so they're at least 6 or 7 miles away. So she's bringing her baler over. They're gonna custom bale everything that I raked yesterday. I'm gonna go finish raking this morning, and it'll at least save the hay. So it's probably gonna be a bit drier than I had hoped for, but drier hay is better than no hay. So that is gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm, and we will see you next time.